Hello and welcome to PUS 2026, where more than 200 professionals meet to talk about energy transition. And today I have the pleasure. Well, it's the last. It's the
Second time, yes.
we talk in PUS
Yes.
that I personally love this event.
I love it too.
Yeah. So congratulations for the job.
Thank
because it's
you.
amazing.
Thank you.
So Ming Cheng is principal consultant at Rated Power, and I want to talk with you about grid congestion and curtailment because it's becoming a structural problem for many companies in the market. So
Yes.
how is Rated Power facing or solving these problems?
Yeah. So grid problems has been persisting from I think when we first started holding pulse events, we have been hearing that it's been a very big challenge for all of the players in the industry. So we are very aware of this, and we want to help our users and our clients to make also grid aware designs. So what we have done is to bring in more features and modules on Rated Power to help supporting that. For example, last year we have released something regarding the power flow model, which helps the users to actually studying on the grid compliance and grid stability analysis. And also, we're trying to include and incorporate more battery, which is helping the grid to be more stabilized. And this is a hot topic we have been talking about on this event as well. A lot of the experts from different backgrounds, the investors, the engineers, the developers, we're inviting all of us here to have very meaningful discussions at Pulse to try to come up with something very useful for the grid challenges in the future from all different angles. So again, going back to the at the beginning, you said that Pulse was an event you enjoy. I personally enjoyed a lot as well because we share so many insightful ideas, and especially for grid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the vibe is amazing.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for that overview. So let's talk about PV-based hybrid projects because are no longer an exception in the market. So from a technical point of view, what are the key challenges developers face today, and how does Rated Power support companies in this area?
Yeah, I have been to some events myself as well. I think the biggest challenge here is the bankability of the battery. So if you, well, also in some countries that there are a lot of battery projects that are in queue, not being approved. That's another problem as well. But I want to specifically talk about bankability. The revenue model is just so difficult for the battery. It's because for a lot of places and markets, the regulation is still unclear, and it's mandated for the operators to use the battery. And under these scenarios, the revenue modeling is so difficult, where people find very challenging to attract investors. The bankers, they want to avoid the risks and uncertainty, right? So what we see now normally is that the banks are gearing up to 50-60% of battery projects, where in the standalone solar projects, we see more 80 and 90%. So that means developers, they would have to actually challenge their cash flow in order to install these battery. So when it comes to the revenue modeling, we are trying to include more than arbitrage right now. That is so far the only possibility on Rated Power. And the reason is in Spain, it was the only profitable model so far, but we know in other markets there are ancillary services, capacity markets, etc. And we're trying to study on the possibility of including that onto Rated Power in order to make the decision more accurate and forecast more realistic in the future when it comes to the battery revenue modeling.
So, Min, let's talk about the evolution of the software because Rated Power is becoming a more complete and complex also software.
Yeah.
So, how do you describe the evolution of the platform?
Yeah, so the grid part and the battery parts that I mentioned were all new. We used to do only solar. We're following the market trends, and we want to help our users to address their most immediate challenges as well. And it's not only these, we're also trying to leverage the power from our mother company, Enverus, who have millions or trillions of proprietary data who are already digested very well with the data analysts there and with AI. And the first step we did was to try to include Prism, which is a scouting tool, which gives you the prices, energy prices, and the land data, and the congestion profile of the grid. We think this will also help our users in their development phases. So yeah, a joint force of Enverus and RatedPower, we think our products will cover more and more of our users' needs.
Hopefully.
Thank you.
So to finish this interview, because I know that you have a lot of networking to do right now, I want to talk about AI, no? Because there are a lot of noise around AI, but I want to ask you, how is AI being applied with Enverus, with Enverus RatedPower?
Yeah. So AI, we started using AI for normal tasks, day-to-day tasks, emails, structuring, some brainstorming ideas, etc. But now, as corporates, we are incorporating that actually into our solution. So if you look at what Colin had actually talked about at the beginning of the opening keynote, actually, for RatedPower itself, we're trying to include agents that try to expand your capability as an engineer. So imagine, for example, you an engineer carries 5 agents. That means you can exponentially study more scenarios. So maybe that will shorten your study time and narrowing your decisions and give you more informed and how to say, like, revenue aware of the decisions at very early stage. And also in Enverus, they're trying to develop a solution called Enverus One, which is also completely leveraging the AI's capabilities and also all the data that we already have holding in Enverus. And this is also an ongoing topic where we want to discover where our users imagine in a beautiful, ideal, utopia world, what are the things that they want to address without like too much repetitive of human forces. We want to use AI to help them get there. Yeah, so AI is very embedded and embraced at RatedPower and Enverus already nowadays.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andy.
It's always a pleasure talking to you, of
Yes,
course.
me
I
too.
see you in Pulse next year, and I see you in Intersolar maybe
Yes,
in a
yes,
few
yes,
months.
yes.
So enjoy the Congress. Enjoy
Thank
the
you.
event.
You too. Enjoy the event. See you next time.
See you.